Ready for me, John? Good to see you guys tonight. I didn't know what to expect for a Sunday night, so good to have some people in the crowd. So, my name is Tobin Kirk. I currently reside in Prophetstown, Illinois, so about 45 minutes up the road. But I've been there about 8 years now. I'm gonna play you some songs. As he mentioned, I did just finish recording an album. Waiting on it to get mixed and mastered right now. I'm not sure yet exactly when it's going to be available, but it is coming in the hopefully not too distant future. And this song is one that will be on there. This is called Let's Get a Drink, which normally goes over a little better because I play in a bar a lot of the time. But gonna play. There we go. So let's get a drink. Well, I know he's gone, and I know you're blue. I know about the lonely nights you're living through. Despite your tears, it's not as bad as you might think. And when you've cried until you're dry, let's get a drink. 'Cause the nights are long when you're alone. And it's hard to find a friend sitting at home, but hiding away won't solve a thing. When you've cried until you're dry, let's get a drink. Well, let's get a drink and talk about it. Or maybe better yet, well, let's have a few, just me and you, and drink till we forget. Well, all those little miseries that made our poor hearts sink. When you've cried until you're dry, let's get a drink. Fight your tears, well, just let them fall. When the last one hits the ground, give me a call, and I'll be there before you can blink. And when you've cried until you're dry, let's get a drink. Well, I know that you're hurting, honey, I am too. But it's not the end, you've got a friend that knows just what to do. Well, only time can heal a broken heart, but we can take away the sting. If you've cried until you're dry, let's get a drink. And when you've cried until you're dry, let's get a drink. Let's get a drink. Thanks, you guys. Very kind. I appreciate it. All right. This next one is another one that is going to be on that record that's coming out. This one's called You Never Cross My Mind. And it goes like this. Don't Don't you know you never cross my mind? You're on it all the time, and wherever its edges are, you never stray that far. And I don't mean subconsciously, I think of you constantly. You're always in my thoughts, you never cross my mind. You never cross my mind. And even when it wanders, and I wonder all of the time, who you're loving these days. I wonder if he's kind, I wonder if you really love him. I wonder if you'll wander back someday. But for now you never cross my mind, 'cause you're on it all the time, and wherever its edges are, you never stray that far. And I don't mean subconsciously, I think of you constantly. You're always in my thoughts, you never cross my mind. When you hear the record eventually, there are, solos. You never cross my mind, I live inside your memory. And I ruminate, I reminisce, I dwell in days gone by. And someday should I dote, someday should my mind falter, someday I'll forget you, but I won't try. But for now you never cross my mind, 'cause you're on it all the time, and wherever its edges are, you never stray that far. And I don't mean subconsciously, I think of you constantly. You're always in my thoughts, you never cross my mind. You're always in my thoughts, you never cross my mind. Hey, thank you. I'm going to confess I started that one a little too fast and had to kind of go with it. So if some of those lyrics were a little tough to understand, it's because I was going a lot faster than I was supposed to. I think I'm going to call an audible here and play something I didn't write on my set list, but I just want to. This is called If Only We Were Fools. And I'll tell you one thing that can be a little frustrating to me as a songwriter is that people have a tendency to assume that everything I write is autobiographical, and that's not the case. Very often I just get an idea for a song and make up a song about it. But I will tell you this one is autobiographical. Well, I took a train into your city, cherchez la femme, and you met me there. Well, were we in love? A matter of contemplation, and where fools rush in, we stepped with care. But if only we were fools, well, I wouldn't have to wonder, and there seemed too much at stake, two hearts that stood to break, and it seemed such a silly thing to do. But what could have been if only we were fools? I learned I can't breathe surrounded by tall buildings, and you get bored beneath the big old sky back home. And the love we had, illogical and distant, so we said goodbye. We both went home alone. But if only we were fools, well, I wouldn't have to wonder. Now I've wandered for so long, Were we right? Were we wrong? And what I wouldn't give to know for sure what could have been if only we were fools. Well, now years have gone. I heard that you got married to some city boy that made more sense for you. Well, I wish you well. I hope he makes you happy, and you don't spend your nights wandering like I do. But if only we were fools, well, I wouldn't have to wonder. And I've wandered for so long. Were we right? Were we wrong? And what I wouldn't give to know for sure what could have been if only we were fools. What could have been if only we were fools. Thanks. I haven't played that one in a while, so I appreciate that. All right, so the next one, this is a song called If I Weren't So Lonesome Tonight. This is one that I wrote during the pandemic when I was working from home. It's hard to see you guys, that light is right in my eyes. Working from home, you know, my kid was doing his school online, and so it's, you know, just had a lot of ideas knocking around in my head about, you know, being lonely and that sort of thing. So I will tell you, this one, of what I've heard of the mixing done on the record that I just made, this is my favorite one, the way that it sounds on there with this really nice steel guitar. And now when I play it by myself, it sounds empty, but still proud of the song, so I'm going to play it for you. It's called If I Weren't So Lonesome Tonight. The clock on the wall marks the minutes as they fall from the hours of the night, passing so slowly. I'm so lonely. The shades are all drawn, and my friends have gone, and I wouldn't mind if I weren't so lonesome tonight. Well, I wouldn't mind the silence, and I'm not bothered by the mess, but facing it down without you around is getting to me, I confess. I'm sad and I'm bored, well, I've survived that before, and I wouldn't mind if I weren't so lonesome tonight. As night closes in, well, I'm reminded again of good times long gone, spread out before me, just troubles and worry. So I sip my last beer, God, it's quiet in here, and I wouldn't mind if I weren't so lonesome tonight. Well, I wouldn't mind the darkness, and that worry's nothing new. But nights such as this, it's hard to resist the feeling I'd be better off with you. I'm bored and I'm sad, it wouldn't be so bad, and I so lonesome tonight. No, I wouldn't mind if I weren't so lonesome tonight. Thank you. I can't wait for you to hear that with the rest of the instruments. It's great sounding. All right. I was looking at your set list. I was like, I don't know any of these songs. All right. Give me 1 sec. I'm going to check my tuning real quick. It's almost like the bad dream where you go to school not wearing any clothes, looking at the set list and you never heard of any of the songs. All right, so this next one is called Lessons in Lonely. This is going to be the title track for the record that I did. And the last 2 nights in a row I've screwed it up, so I was going to leave it off the list tonight, and then I decided that I have to do it to validate myself. Should stop writing songs I can't play. Last night you rang my telephone to say your lover left and now you're all alone. You don't know what to do. You're not experienced in this kind of blue. Well, honey, you called the right guy if you're looking for advice on how to navigate a lonely night. 'Cause honey, I've had my heart broke, and baby, I've been blue. And I've picked up a couple tricks I'll pass along to you. I can't bring your lover back, and I can't be your man, but I can give you lessons in lonely. Just let your feet pace back and forth. Well, that's a move that we call walking the floor. And if the hurt's too much to bear, no one around doesn't mean that you can't share. We got weeping willows, whippoorwills, and walls to lend an ear. Well, anytime it gets too lonesome in here, 'cause honey, I've had my heart broke, and baby, I've been blue. And I picked up a couple tricks I'll pass along to you. I can't bring your lover back, and I can't be your man, but I can give you lessons in lonely. If you can't stop those bitter tears, stroll down to your local bar and have a couple beers. And if you speak the language of the fiddle and the steel, there's a jukebox full of records there that know just how you feel. 'Cause honey, I've had my heart broke, and baby, I've been blue. And I picked up a couple tricks I'll pass along to you. I can't bring your lover back, and I can't be your man, but I can give you lessons in lonely. Yeah, wasn't too bad. Thank you. I will tell you that one's about, I have a cousin who, her husband took off on her, and she called me, and I didn't have a husband, but I had a wife, and I've been through the same thing. So that song it's not exactly autobiographical, but it was inspired by that anyway. Alrighty, let's see here. Here's the other one I screwed up last night. This is called my. What's that? I did it better, yeah. The part that I keep messing up is that I don't know why that chord is so hard for me to hit, but last night I didn't. It was bad. I'm bearing all my secrets to you. So this one's called My Duet. I'll give you a little background on this one too. So a little while back, I was listening to a lot of Porter Wagner and Dolly Parton and George Jones and Tammy Wynette, a bunch of those old duets albums that great songs on. Well, actually, there's some clunkers, but there's some really great songs on pretty much all of those. And I thought how fun it would be. I'd like to try writing one of those, and then realized I don't have anybody to sing with me. So the premise behind the song is that I'm a singer on stage, and she stood me up. So now I'm stuck singing my duet. So it goes like this. Well, I've got a song I'd like to sing. It's written and rehearsed, but here's the thing. I can't do it justice on my own. But you can see I'm standing here alone. Half of these words were meant to be sung with love from you to me. The other half from me to you. But I don't know where you are. I don't know what to do. But just keep on singing, improvise a verse or two, knowing I can't keep this up for long. Without your harmony, my melody sounds wrong, like I'm singing half a song. And this might be the loneliest one that I've sung yet, with no one to sing the other half of my duet. So here I stand under these lights. Well, you were supposed to stand with me tonight, sing a special song that we'd prepared to celebrate the sort of love we share. The sort of song that's meant for two. And I wrote it just for me and you. You've never heard such sorry sound as me singing our duet when you're not around. Well, my mouth can make the words while my mind wanders where you are. My hands stay clenched behind my back. I'm sure your song we're singing some other fella's song, while I'm solo suffering a heart attack. This might be the loneliest song that I've sung yet, with no one to sing the other half of my duet. We've had our ups, we've had our downs, but I've never felt like such a clown. Out here in front of one and all, singing our song alone, trying not to bawl. I kept my composure and I made it to the end. All I could do to keep from crying. Certainly sung my share of sad ones in my time, but at this point there's no denying this one is the loneliest song that I've sung yet, with no one to sing the other half of my duet. This might be the loneliest song that I've sung yet, with no one to sing the other half of my duet. There you go. Thank you. All right. Thank you. appreciate that. I got through that one too. Doing a lot better. Yeah. So the next one, this is the newest one I'm going to play for you tonight. This is called Please Mr. Moon. And it's a conversation between myself and the moon. So, you know, as you do. Hello up there. Well, it's good to see you once again. Mr. Moon, my only friend. There are things I'd like to get off of my chest, and I have secrets to confess. So please don't head for that horizon so fast. Just once, can't our conversation last? Please, Mr. Moon, take me with you when you go. You're the only one who listens. Please don't leave me alone. Mr. Moon, take me with you when you go. I can't face the light of morning, and I can't go home. One witnesses more in the darkness than you do, and it's no wonder that you're blue. You never speak a word about the sordid things you see. It's just the kind of friend I need. I'd sure like to find out where you go when you're feeling low. So please, Mr. Moon, take me with you when you go. You're the only one who listens. Please don't leave me alone. Mr. Moon, take me with you when you go. I can't face the light of morning, and I can't go home. The sun angrily glares, the mindless stars just stare. But Mr. Moon, I know you care. If you can't stay, please help me hide away in that secret place you pass your day. Please, Mr. Moon, take me with you when you go. You're the only one who listens. Please don't leave me alone. Mr. Moon, take me with you when you go. I can't face the light of morning, and I can't go home. Well, I can't face the light of morning, and I can't go home. Thank you. How am I doing on time, John? One more? Perfect. All right, same question that I asked last night. Do you want a fast one for the last one, or do you want a mid-tempo one for the last one? I didn't practice bad advice. It's get to work or terrible wreck. That's your. Let's see. Hands for get to work. Now Jen wants to hear get to work. We got only two. Terrible wreck. Oh, they want terrible wreck. All right. Well, you asked for it. So this one's got 4 key changes in it. And you think I'm joking. This is a metaphor for a relationship. It's called terrible wreck. No comment. Well, love and pride and heartache meet. A corner of lovely and lonely street. Fear of commitment and guilt intersect. That's where we met. It was a terrible wreck. Driving too fast for conditions that night. It was spitting rain after dark. You were missing one headlight. Well, you looked to the left, not another car in sight. You never saw me coming from the right. Well, love and pride and heartache meet. A corner of lovely and lonely street. Fear of commitment and guilt intersect. That's where we met. It was a terrible wreck. I was out for a drive just trying to clear my mind. I had a sad song on the radio, my own troubles behind. Sympathizing with the singer, she was always on his mind. I drifted off and crossed that center line. Well, love and pride and heartache meet. Corner of lovely and lonely street. Fear of commitment and guilt intersect. That's where we met. It was a terrible wreck. Twist of fate. They bump 2 strangers together to realize that they're soulmates. We might have had a chance if we'd ever touched the brakes. The ambulance, it showed up way too late. Well, love and pride and heartache meet. A corner of lovely and lonely street. Fear of commitment and guilt intersect. That's where we met. It was a terrible wreck. Where love and pride and heartache meet. A corner of lovely and lonely street. Fear of commitment and guilt intersect. That's where we met. It was a terrible wreck. Well, that's where we met. It was a terrible wreck. Well, that's where we met. It was a terrible wreck. Thank you. So yeah, appreciate it, guys. That was really a good time. Receptive audience. That's wonderful. Thanks in advance to Rye for letting me share the stage. Looking forward to hearing him. Thanks to Jon for inviting me to come out tonight. So appreciate it.
Oh, still got some adjusting to do here. How about it for Tobin, huh? It's nice to meet you, man. Stuff sounded great. Well, all right, then. It's my turn, huh? Can y'all hear me? I'm a real soft-spoken guy, if you can't tell. All right, I'm going to play one that I did not write and a whole bunch that you probably never heard of because I wrote them. This one here is an old David Allen Coe tune to get the vocals good and warmed up. Goes a little something like this right here. Well, I was thumbing for Montgomery. Had my guitar on my back when a stranger stopped beside me in an antique Cadillac. He was dressed like 1950, half drunk and hollow-eyed. Said, it's a long walk to Nashville, would you like a ride, son? Well, I sit down in the front seat and I turned on the radio. And them sad old songs coming out of them speakers was solid country gold. Then I noticed the stranger was ghost white pale when he asked me for a light. And I knew there was something strange about this ride. He said, Drifter, can you make folks cry when you play and sing? Yeah. Well, have you paid your dues and can you mourn the blues? Can you bend them guitar strings? Boy, can you make folks feel what you're feeling inside? If you're big star bound, let me warn you, it's a long, hard ride. Amen. Well, he cried just south of Nashville, and he had turned that car around. He said, this is where you get off, boy. I'm going back to Alabama. As I stepped out of that Cadillac, I said, Mister, many thanks. He said, you don't call me Mister. The whole world calls me Hank. He said, Drifter, can you make folks cry when you play and sing? Well, have you paid your dues and can you mourn the blues? Can you bend them guitar strings? Boy, can you make folks feel what you're feeling inside? 'Cause if you're big star bound, let me warn you, it's a long, hard ride. He said, Drifter, can you make folks cry when you play and sing? Yeah. Well, have you paid your dues and can you mourn the blues? Can you bend them guitar strings? Boy, can you make folks feel what you're feeling inside? If you're big star bound, let me warn you, it's a long, hard ride. If you're big star bound, let me warn you, it's a long, hard ride. If you're big star bound, let me warn you, it's a long, hard ride. Get all the jitters out, you know what I mean? I may wind up going where she told me to go, but right now I'm rolling down this road to my next show. Oh, and out here on the highway is the only life I know, and you ain't got time for nothing else if you wanna rock and roll. No. This part's a true story. They said just write yourself a song, boy, it's money in the bank. Yeah, and we'll all sing along while we ride your gravy train. Rub elbows with the big wigs and get amongst their ranks. But I don't need their permission and I don't care what they think. So I may wind up going where she told me to go. Yeah, but right now I'm rolling down this here road to my next show. Going out here on the highway is the only life I know. You ain't got time for nothing else if you wanna rock and roll. Well, I've been driving through the day so I can make my show tonight. And I wrote myself a brand new song and hope I get it right. And that somebody listens and the band is sounding tight. Do it all again tomorrow and there ain't no end in sight. So I may wind up going where she told me to go. Yeah, but right now I'm rolling down this here road to my next show. Going out here on the highway is the only life I know. You ain't got time for nothing else if you wanna rock and roll. Lord, it's the same old time, fiddle and guitar. Where do we take it from here? Rhinestone suits and all them new shiny cars. It's been the same way for years. We need a change. Yeah, we do. Well, thank y'all very much. I truly do appreciate it. First off, hi y'all. How's your mom and them doing? Pretty good, I hope. My name is Rye Davis. That's Rye like the whiskey. I hail from the hopping metropolis that is Pig, Kentucky. Y'all heard that right? That's R-Y-E from P-I-G, baby. You can't make that up. This next song here is, I like to categorize this next one as baby making country music. Got any baby making fans out there? Ain't no baby making fans. Okay, well, some of y'all lying to me. How many y'all, oh, how about this? How many y'all like the practice of baby making? Got anybody that likes the practice of baby making? Yeah, we got somebody really like, yeah. This one here is called Love You Till Morning. I try to get my inner Conway Twitty on with this one here. It goes a little something like this right here. It's the little things you do that make me lose my mind. Like the way you're reaching over me to turn out the light. I'd rather love you till morning than kiss you goodnight. And I know it ain't the same old thing we do, but there's something about the way my t-shirts fitting you. I'd rather love you till morning than kiss you goodnight. And no, I ain't ever too tired to love you like you need to be loved. And oh yeah, we'll just be getting started when that big old sun comes up. So baby, turn off all the lights and meet me in the bed. But there won't be no sleeping, like I said, I'd rather love you till morning than kiss you goodnight. And no, I ain't ever too tired to love you like you need to be loved. just be getting started when that big old sun comes up. So baby, lean in like you do to tell me it's bedtime. Let me whisper what I'm thinking before your lips touch mine. I'd rather love you till morning than kiss you goodnight. I'm gonna love you till morning before I kiss you goodnight. Hey, I told you, yeah. That'll make your hips kind of want to start moving on it, yeah. You better watch yourself. Better watch out with that kind of music playing in the background now. That'll get you in trouble. I got a 10-month-old and a baby on the way. Let me tell you, it works sometimes. Maybe too good. We got any mamas? Got any mamas in the house tonight? Any mothers? Got one mama? Two? I can't. Got a handful of them. How many of y'all got a mama or have had a mama at some point in your life? Okay, that's better. That's more. I got to start with that question from now on. It always gets more inclusive, you know what I'm saying? So this next song right here is the first song that I ever wrote that made me think I could do this crazy music thing for a living. My mom overheard a conversation that me and a buddy of mine were having named Jeffrey Blades. We were sitting on the front porch of my parents' house, and we were writing songs and singing and doing all that jazz. We weren't doing any jazz. We were just doing that jazz. And she come in, and she overheard the conversation. We were talking about how we thought we got away with everything in high school. You know, we thought we was really slick. And she said, Rye, I know everything you did in high school. And I said, how's that, Mom? Now, my mama, y'all think I talk funny, you ought to hear my mama. I can't understand her half the time. But she's really animated woman, right, when she gets excited. And she don't just, like, point her finger when she talks to you. She kind of turns her whole, like, elbow, sort of, and, like, really, like, gets at you, you know. And she said, because you were too stupid to take everything out of your blue jean pockets before I washed them. And I looked over at Jeffrey, and I was like, well, hell, looks like we got to write a song. So we did, and this song, I've played this song. It's one of the first songs I ever wrote. Might be the first song I ever wrote, like that I consider a song. Besides what Tobin called clunkers earlier, I was like, man, I got a bunch of them. But I wrote this thing, and it goes. I've played it at every show I've ever played, and I'll probably play it at every show that I play from here on out because it means so much to me, and it's one of those that it goes out to all the mothers, not just my mama. So how about a round of applause for the mamas who knew their sons were out there doing stupid stuff and let them be boys anyway. How about putting it together for them? That's what they need. These old blue jeans are bare and tattered and torn, earned a skull ring and their denim is worn. They've been under pressure they've never broke. Yeah, well, Mama washed my jeans, Lord, them secrets they told. They told all about the night I snuck out from a smell of spilled whiskey and all the beer caps. The time that I punched that old boy in the mouth. Them old blood stains, Lord, they're still hanging round. These old blue jeans are bare and tattered and torn, earned a skull ring and their denim is worn. They've been under pressure they've never broke. Yeah, well, Mama washed my jeans. Lord, them secrets they told. It's how she found out about the heartbeat I broke from all of the letters that my first love wrote, and that yellow big lighters. How she found out I smoked. It brought tears to her eyes. That much I know. These old blue jeans are bare, tattered and torn. Earned the skull ring in their denims wore. They've been under pressure they've never broke. Yeah, when Mama washed my jeans, Lord, damn secrets they told. They've been to church and dusty old bars, and just like me, Lord, they've earned every scar. They've been under pressure they've never broke. Yeah, when Mama washed my jeans, Lord, damn secrets they told. Thank you. I appreciate that. Is everybody enjoying themselves so far tonight? Okay, so not everybody, but a good chunk. That's good. Not everybody. Well, the ones that are enjoying yourself, I hope you're really having fun, because that's the only 4 songs that I know. I've made a career out of those. And I just start over. I play them different keys and such, you know. I have to make stuff up when I need a drink because I feel awkward just up here standing when I'm thirsty. All right, I'm gonna sing y'all a cheating song. Is that okay? This is a song that I wrote with my wife, not about my wife. There's a big difference when you're talking about cheating songs. It's called She'd Know. Goes a little something like this. If I could write our song, put words to melody about all the times we've had, what you mean to me. Well, I could sing of your blue eyes and your sweet Chanel perfume, or the way our shadows dance and the secrets of this room. Every line full of memories as the words begin to flow. But I can't write our song. She'd know. She'd piece it together one line at a time on the night she spent alone. Lord, it took so long for me to earn her trust. By the last verse it'd be gone. A ballad of our love would cause a broken home. So I can't write our song. She'd know. Well, our story would unfold, because her eyes ain't blue, and Chanel number 5, that ain't her perfume. There's a gold band on my hand that says I have her faith. But every time that I'm with you, a tan line takes its place. She learned the love of you and me and all the lies that I have told. So I can't write our song. She'd know. piece it together one line at a time all the night she spent alone. Lord, it took so long for me to earn her trust. By the last verse it'd be gone. Ballad of our love would cause a broken home. So I can't write our song. She knew. And I know her heart would break if she knew that mine were torn between love we know is wrong and the vows that I once swore. She'd piece it together one line at a time all the night she spent alone. Lord, it took so long for me to earn her trust. By the last verse it'd be gone. Ballad of our love calls a broken home. So I can't write our song, 'cause she'd know. I'm going to play out some stuff I haven't released yet. Is that okay? Okay, good. You know it gets serious whenever you hear this happening. It's about to get real. With a buddy of mine named Mr. Jesse Wayne Taylor about something that follows me around, and from the looks of things, it might follow some of y'all around too. Try to take a little different perspective of what we're talking about here. I promised myself about a year or so ago that from now on, when I wrote songs, if they were nothing else, they would be honest, and this one's pretty honest. It's called Trouble. Hope you like it. I'm the house you thought you wanted and the debt you can't afford. I'm the girl that you gave everything. It turned out to be a whore. I'm the one too many good times, late night DUI. You'll never get away from me, 'cause I know where to hide. I'm trouble. You never see me coming. I sneak up from behind, and I prey on good intentions, 'cause they make the best disguise. My favorite time to strike is when things are going good. I never look like you think I would. I'm trouble. Well, I'm the help you tried to hand to a friend in need, who traded in the cash you gave for methamphetamine. I'm the work that you put first, and I'm the reason you ain't home. Yeah, and I'm why that young wife of yours spends too many nights alone. I'm trouble. You never see me coming. I sneak up from behind, and I prey on good intentions. They make the best disguise. My favorite time to strike is when things are going good. I never look like you think I would. I'm trouble. every lesson learned. And I'm here to make you quit. Yeah, the more you try to fight me, the harder that I hit. So how bad do you want it? 'Cause I'm right around the bend. I ain't going anywhere. I'll be there till the end, 'cause I'm trouble. You never see me coming. I sneak up from behind, and I prey on good intentions. Live and pick the best disguise. And my favorite time to strike is when things are going good. I never look like you think I would. I'm trouble. I'm trouble. I'm trouble. Thank y'all. Appreciate that. I got some woos in there. That's always good. Them woo, I like that. Woo, woo. That's how I do it. Woo, that just kind of, yeah. Just kind of barely comes out. I'm not a big woo. I'm like a woo. That got me out. All right, what I want to do now, I had a set list up here, and I done run all over it. I'm going to play another brand spanking new one. How about that? I think I played this one the other day at a fellow named Joe Stam's show up over in Peoria. Yeah. Well, hell, if I'd have known you liked him that much, I'd have said his name earlier. That would have put me on good terms, you know what I mean? But I tried it out there the other day, and it seemed to go pretty good. There's a little bit of story behind this, and I'm going to tell it to you. It's so I've been lucky enough to run all over this country doing a lot of fun stuff. Before I did this, I was a minor league baseball player, and I was cool. It was cool that I got to travel all over the country playing ball, and that's where I bought me a little travel guitar about this big, looked like a ukulele on my big fanny, just like this. And I learned to play and got into that, and that's what I do now. I get to see a lot of places, but I don't know if y'all notice or not, but I talk different than y'all do. And most of the time, especially as I've gotten older and the different places that I play, you don't have a big problem with it. But there's a lot of times, especially when you're younger, you go somewhere around home or where everybody talks like you do and kind of thinks like you do, and you leave home and you start talking to people, and as soon as you open your mouth, they automatically drop your IQ points by about 40. Which is all well and good. You know, you grow a little bit of a tough skin, you get used to it, and you just kind of adjust. And then here the past couple years, especially within the past like 8 or 9 years or so, the world's kind of went crazy a little bit. And as soon as I open my mouth, people automatically put me in a category of certain types of people. You know, he looks like this, he talks like that, and they automatically assume that you're a certain way. And I don't like that. So I decided to do something about it because I think it's kind of bullshit if you automatically, as soon as you open your mouth, somebody automatically judges you. I don't think you should judge anybody before you get to know them, no matter who they are, what they look like, and how they talk. How about that? That's what this song's about. So this is one that I can only speak from my perspective on how I have been looked at over the past course of my life. Now, I've never been necessarily put down, but I have been judged a little bit, and this is what this song's about. Dumbass, white trash, redneck. Racist, poor, uneducated, way outdated, best to be ignored. You He's stuck in time and raised on hate, easy to manipulate, unable to articulate with the way his accent roars. When you're a poor white boy from where I'm from and you talk the way I do, as soon as the words that leave your tongue find the ears of someone new, they've got notions preconceived of who you are and what you believe, and they don't seem to have the need to give a damn about the truth. When you're a poor white boy from where I'm from and you talk the way I do. He's often mislabeled, misunderstood, keeps to himself probably more than he should, because throwing a fit don't do any good, so he grows a tough skin instead. In a world that's ripe with these stereotypes, with no regard for wrong or right, it's easy to believe the hype and find ourselves misled. When you're a poor white boy from where I'm from and you talk the way I do, soon as the words that leave your tongue find the ears of someone new, they've got notions preconceived of who you are and what you believe, and they don't seem to have the need to give a damn about the truth. When you're a poor white boy from where I'm from and you talk the way I do, and you talk the way I do, and you talk the way I do. Thank you. You've got your obsession with any man that has possessions, and I never had enough to make you fall. Sometimes you get lonely and I pretend that I'm the only one you call. We both know the reason is because you've got nothing else to do. But I always answer, 'cause I'm such a fool over you. And I'm hoping that he leaves you lonely, so that maybe you'll come a-calling on me, and that I can keep you for myself until you go find someone else to be the man that I won't ever be. I don't have the occupation or rich man's compensation to buy your time and be your everyday. By now I know better than could ever make you stay. So I'm hoping that he leaves you lonely, so that maybe you'll come a-calling on me, and that I can keep you for myself until you go find someone else to be the man that I won't ever be. So that maybe you'll come a-calling on me. Hoping that he leaves you alone, so that maybe you'll come a-calling on me, and that I can keep you for myself until you go find someone else to be the man that I won't ever be. Okay, so everybody's still enjoying themselves. Everybody's still having a pretty good time. I can't tell if we lost a few or gained a few from the last time I asked that question. I think we were about the same, so that's good. I ain't won everybody over yet, but you can't please them all. I don't guess you can't please them all. Because that was really all the songs that I got. I lied again. I got a bunch of them. Let's do. All right, let's do this one right here. This is another song I wrote with my wife. My wife's a great songwriter. If you know, that's why I married her, so I can sing pretty good. She's a good songwriter, so I just steal her songs. That's a lie. I wrote most of these, but I did write this one with my wife. Don't tell her I said that. I just watch her just like spouts out great song ideas all the time, but she is. Oh hell, I'm caught. But no, she really is. She really is a great writer and a good mama. Better mama than she is a writer, and she's a great writer. So that says a lot about her. I got them brownie points. Y'all see that? All right. But she was telling me the story one day about how they found out her grandfather had Alzheimer's and dementia. And we feel like it's our responsibility as songwriters, not only to make sure that everybody's having a good time, but also to raise awareness for subjects that don't get enough attention. And one of those subjects is Alzheimer's and dementia. And she said he left home one day. He didn't come back for a real long time. And they got a call from a police officer later that night saying that they had found him. And he kept driving through the same toll booth over and over because he couldn't remember how to get home. And that really hit home to me, how man, and this man was a figurehead of his family, how a man could live his entire life and be the figurehead of his family, and then all of a sudden not know who he was or who his family was or where he lived or even his name or kids at a certain point. And it just, we felt like it was our responsibility to do something about it. So we wrote this song for no other reason but to raise awareness for that terrible disease and to let you know that if you do know somebody that is struggling with that, a lot of times folks feel like they're alone with it. And just know that we love you, we're praying for you, and you are not alone. And it's called King Me. It's one of them storytelling country songs like they all ought to be, in my humble opinion. It goes a little something like this right here. I stopped by my parents' house. His mama called today. Dad broke out the checkers. It's his favorite game to play. Well, I walked in the kitchen while he set up the board. Grabbed some Dr. Peppers from the refrigerator door. He said, "Great, another doctor," while I hand him his drink. But I've heard that joke before. It's the same one every week. Then he takes off on some story of an early memory. He pauses in the middle and then he says to me, "Well, I remember my first kiss, my first car, and my first fight. And I remember where I was on the day that Elvis died. Now can a man recall all of these milestones, not remember where he puts his phone?" Mom walks in with medicine. He said she thinks I'll forget, but it's a never-ending stream of pills, and I'm so damn tired of it. And it's strange how I recall some things from my life oh so clear. But if you were to ask me now, I can't tell you the year. But I remember my first kiss, my first car, my first fight. And I remember where I was on the day that Elvis died. But I can't recall directions home from the hardware store. I got lost last week, they don't let me drive no more. Well, we played all afternoon, and when his black one jumped my red, he looked at me and smiled. King means what he said. Then he made his final move and our game came to an end. He said, when you come back tomorrow, then I just might let you win. And I remember my first kiss, my first car, my first fight. And I remember where I was on the day that Elvis died. Thanks for playing checkers, I always loved this game. Could you please remind me of your name? Thank you. How about a waltz? Y'all remember waltzes? I should have followed it up with an upbeat one after that, shouldn't I? Dang, now I can't think of any. So it's a waltz. Goes a little something like this right here. Lavender candles that burned in her room danced in the window that I just snuck through. And I knew every squeak in that old hardwood floor, and that I was home free past the third loose board. And we both knew I love you was a little white lie we said to each other to make it all right. In a rush to grow up, and it was finally our time. Yeah, we were learning to love, loving to learn. Her daddy was a pastor who preached against hate. If he knew what we'd do, we'd have tested his faith. I held his world in the palm of my hand. I came in a boy, but I left a man. And we both knew I love you was a little white lie we said to each other, make it all in a rush to grow up, and it was finally our turn. Yeah, we were learning to love, loving to learn. Yeah, we both knew I love you was a little white lie we said to each other, candles that burn in her room, danced in the window that I just looked through. Anybody in here ever had a bad attitude about anything? Today? Today. Okay, let's do it like that. Actually, I guess this wouldn't necessarily be a bad attitude song. Sometimes I forget that I got a microphone here. I just start talking to y'all. Sorry. I guess it'd be more of how many of y'all ever been preached at? Anybody ever been preached at? The rest of them's the ones doing the preaching. I got them. So we went out one night in college. No, it was after college. It was after college because I just kind of started writing songs, you know. And I remember thinking of this idea after I told this old boy what I told him. I grew up with this guy. We went to school together. And it was his idea to go out drinking one night. It was after college, and we went to high school and college together and got together with a bunch of friends and went out. And the best way to describe what happened is we got inebriated. Now, I try not to use words that I can't spell, but inebriated is exactly what happened that night. And Anybody know who Jerry Clower is? Anybody know who that is? Where he goes, "Oh, I got to tell you something." You know what I'm saying? Well, that's what this old boy got to preaching at me like. He sounded like Jerry Clower, you know what I mean? He was like, "Oh, I got to tell you something." And I was like, "What, man?" He said, "If you don't quit," and I minded it was his idea to go do all this, what we had just done. He said, "If you don't quit your drinking and you're running around and you're playing in them bars, you're going to go to hell." That's what he told me. Now, we grew up, I'd heard that a lot. You know, we grew up in the Bible Belt, and I said, let me tell you something, man. I got to thinking about it. Run all over me, you know. And plus, like I said, inebriated, which means drinking a lot. If anybody doesn't know what inebriated means, we'd been drinking. And I mean, it just run all over me when he told me that. And I said, let me tell you something, man. I said, you are no better than I am. I said, we went to the same school together, went to the same church together, we went to the same college together. I said, the only difference between me and you is that when I go out drinking, I don't hide it. And you go home and you kind of don't tell nobody. So people see my big ass, you know what I mean? I said, so let me tell you something, man. I said, you ain't no better than I am. So if I go to hell, then I will save you a seat. Well, I'm tired of you acting like you're better than me, with your preaching and your teaching and your hypocrisy. So let's make a toast before I take this drink. Here's to us hoping that we all get to heaven. But if I go to hell, then I'll save you a seat. Now I know I'm not perfect, but neither are you. So I don't need you judging everything that I do. Let he who ain't sinned cast the first stone. But if that ain't you, then brother, leave me alone. 'Cause I'm tired of you acting like you're better than me, with your preaching and your teaching and your hypocrisy. So let's make a toast before I take this drink. Here's to us hoping that we all get to heaven. But if I go to hell, then I'll save you a seat. I don't know your story, you don't know mine. There's a right and a wrong, and we'll find out in time. So I'll just keep doing the best I can do. Yeah, I'll worry about me, and you worry about you. Like you're better than me, with your preaching and your teaching and your hypocrisy. So let's make a toast before I take this drink. Here's to us hoping that we all get to heaven. But if I go to hell, then I'll save you. To us hope that we all get to heaven. But if I go to hell, then I'll save you a seat. Thank you. Y'all care if I try another new one? Okay, good. So I haven't played this song probably since it is recorded, but we haven't released it. I probably haven't played this sucker since I released it or recorded it. You know, those R words. That's English. I tell you, it's rough. Let me tell you. Words is hard. There's that Kentucky coming out at me, and well, words is hard. Y'all got electricity and everything up here. It's running water is really something else. What's Wi-Fi? I gotta quit. I gotta stop. I'm really getting into it now. Shoes? Y'all got shoes? Oh, y'all got shoes. There's more teeth in one of y'all's head than we got in the whole county of Evanston. Damn, I'm on a roll now, ain't I? All right, quit it, Rye. Okay. I'm really done now. I gotta think of the word. I couldn't think of the first verse, so I started making stuff up here, hoping it'd come to me. That did not help. That's why I can't figure it out. It's a finger picking. I allow myself to butcher one song a night. That way I'm not too hard on myself. This might be it. We'll see. This old world's full of monsters. Hiding in plain sight. It's hard to tell just who's who or know what's wrong and right. Do what they can to earn your trust before they show their teeth. So now I question everything. I sure what to believe. But it wasn't always like this. Back when I was young, I knew where the monsters hid. Every day was fun. Right and wrong were clear to see. I could tell who was my friend. I find myself wishing I could go back again to paper airplanes, BB guns, pocket knives and arrowheads, and the innocence of being young. A world with supper time, nursery rhymes, and the words that Jesus said, and the monsters lived under the bed. Now it's politics and relationships, mortgages and wars. Sometimes I feel like giving up, that it ain't worth fighting for. But there's another generation that's coming after me, gonna make the world they live in a better place to be. With paper airplanes and BB guns, pocket knives and arrowheads, and the innocence of being young. A world with supper time and nursery rhymes, and the words that Jesus said, and the monsters lived under the bed. Paper airplane, BB guns, pocket knives and arrowheads, and the innocence of being young. A world with supper time and nursery rhymes, and the words that Jesus said, and the monsters lived under the bed. And the monsters lived under the bed. We'll just keep the new stuff coming, why not? Have y'all ever seen The Ranch? Ever seen the movie The Ranch? Or the movie, the TV, the Netflix show? You ever seen that? So me and my wife went up to, again, this is another one I wrote with Brandy. So, like I said, cha-ching, moneymaker right there. Is she really watching? She gonna get me, I tell you. So we went to the Smoky Mountains. It's right down, it's like 3 or 4 hours from where we live. And we were going to go on a writer's retreat, right? We were just going to write a whole bunch of songs. That was our idea. We're going to go down there for 3 days, and we're just going to write and write and write and write. And we went down there on the first day, and we sat down with them guitars, and we really tried. And we didn't write a damn thing. I'll be honest with you. We didn't write nothing. We tried and tried and tried, and nothing came. So we said, to heck with it. We're just going to watch Netflix. Just chill out and enjoy our vacation. If it ain't happening, it ain't happening. And we turned on this show, The Ranch, and oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm blanking. Sam Elliott. Anybody know who Sam Elliott is? That man has the most wonderful caterpillar to ever sit on a man's upper lip. I tell you, it just kind of rolls along when he starts talking, you know. And Ashton Kutcher said something real stupid or silly or whatever, and then I don't remember what he told. I don't remember what Sam Elliott told Ashton Kutcher, but he told him something, and it was just slick, you know. And then he went, "If that ain't in the Bible, it should be." And me and Brandy were both like, "Oh my God, we gotta get some paper," you know. So we sit, and And then we wrote that song. We wrote like 6 other ones. Like as soon as one of them flowed, it just kind of happened. So God bless Sam Elliott, you know. I haven't played this one in a long time. I haven't played it since that. So if I can't remember the little chord progression, I'm probably just going to make it up on the spot. That'll be what's called the remix. We in the biz is what we call it, a remix. And most people pay extra for that, and that's free. It'll be a free remix if I forget it. So. But I love the idea of that. So this one is called "It Should Be." Take a kid fishing for the first time. They ought to catch something. If a man works hard for all his life, he shouldn't end up with nothing. Mamas and daddies ought to be able to watch their children grow. Shouldn't nobody ever get the call that a child ain't coming home. But living for tomorrow ain't no guarantee. If that ain't in the Bible, it should be. If you break something don't belong to you, better do your part to piece it back together. That includes a heart. Anytime you see old glory fly, you ought to take a stand. And if you see someone in uniform, it do you good to shake a hand. Is anything worth having? It sure as hell ain't free. If that ain't in the Bible, it should be. Everybody needs a buddy that they can call when it broke down in the rain, and a shoulder they can cry on when the world has gone insane. You ought to be able to fix most things, good friends and a little whiskey. If that ain't in the Bible, it should be. Anything worth having sure as hell ain't free. Living for tomorrow ain't no guarantee. You ought to be able to fix most things with good friends and a little whiskey. If that ain't in the Bible, it should be. If that ain't in the Bible, it should be. I have thoroughly enjoyed myself. Thank y'all so much. I got a little more music left in me, but I just wanted to say thank you before I got too far along in here and really into this thing. I truly, truly appreciate an attentive crowd. So give yourself a round of applause for coming out and supporting live music because we need it to survive. Thank y'all so much. I really do mean that. I'm gonna play y'all a cover. I'm gonna play you one of my favorite all-time songs, and I'll tell you why. This is not a deep cut. This is probably one you have heard before. But this song had a profound impact on my life. I couldn't have been, I don't know, 9 or 10 years old, I guess. I don't know. Me and my dad have a cattle farm together. During the week, that's what I do. I'm a busy guy. But all growing up, we've always had cattle. And we was riding in a 1992 F-150. Yeah, that's right. And we was listening to the radio and driving to the back part of the farm, and there's a gate there, swinging gate. And I got out and opened the gate, and Dad drove through. And I closed the gate and hopped back in there. And when I hopped back in there, I was just talking my head off. You know what I mean? I was excited we was going to check the cows. We was riding in this cool truck. I was getting to shift the gears with my left hand, And my dad is the most mild-mannered, kindest man I've ever met in my life, and he's only told me to shut up one time, and this was it. Because I was asking him a million questions, and he had the radio blaring, and I just kept trying to talk over it, and he said, Rye, Rye, Rye. When this song is playing, boys like me and you, shut up and listen. My dad loved this song, and we blared Hank Jr. all the dang time. And I learned to play this sucker and kind of learned to sing a little bit by it, and it really, I know it's a big hit, big smash hit. You'll probably recognize it, but man, it hit home for me. It goes a little something like this right here. Preacher man says it's the end of time. Mississippi River, she's a-going dry. Interest is up and the stock market's down. You're gonna get mugged if you go downtown. I live back in the woods, you see. The woman and the kids and the dogs and me. Got a shotgun, a rifle, and a four-wheel drive, and a country boy can't survive. Country folks can't survive. Well, I can plow a field all day long. I can catch catfish from dusk till dawn. Make her own whiskey and her own smoke too. Ain't too many things these old boys can't do. Grow good old tomatoes and homemade wine. Country boy can't survive. Country folks can't survive. 'Cause you can't stop us out and you can't make us run. With them old boys raised on shotgun. Yeah, we say grace and we say ma'am. You ain't into that, don't give a damn. Well, I had a good friend in New York City. Never called me by my name, just Hillbilly. My grandpa taught me how to live off the land, and it's taught him to be a businessman. He used to send me pictures of the Broadway nights, and I'd send him some homemade wine. I loved him. He was killed by a man with a switchblade knife. For $43, my friend lost his life. I love to spit some beach nuts in that dude's eyes. Shoot him with my own 45, 'cause a country boy can't survive. Country folks can't survive. Because you can't stop us out and you can't make us run. With them old boys raised on shotgun. Yeah, we say grace and we say ma'am. You ain't into that, we don't give a damn. We came from the West Virginia gold mines and the Rocky Mountains and the western sky. Yeah, we could skin a buck, run a tried line, and a country boy can't survive. Country folks can't survive. Country boy can't survive. Boy can't survive. I'm gonna play another cover because I'm in the mood for it. People say I'm no good, I'm crazy as a loon. I get stoned in the morning and I get drunk in the afternoon. Kinda like my own blue tick hound, I like to lay around in the shade. I ain't got no money, but I damn sure got it made. And I ain't asking nobody for nothing. Just leave this long-haired country boy alone. There's a preacher man talking on the TV, just putting down the rock and roll, yeah. Wants me to send a donation, cause he's worried about my soul. Said that Jesus walked on the water, and I know that it's true. Sometimes I think that preacher man, he like to do the little walking. I ain't asking nobody for nothing if I can't get it on my own. If you don't like the way I'm living, you just leave this long-haired country boy alone. Girl wants to marry, rich girl wants to flirt. Rich man goes to college and a poor boy goes to work. Drunkard wants another drink of wine and a politician wants a vote. Well, I don't want much of nothing at all, but we'll take another toke, and I ain't asking nobody for nothing. Long-haired country boy alone. You don't like the way I'm living. You just leave this long-haired country boy alone. I got those out of my system. I was itching to do it. Trying to play off some stuff I hadn't played in a long time. Do this one. Yeah, exactly that one. She woke up this morning in a bed that ain't her own. Yeah, just because there's a man in it don't mean she ain't alone. 'Cause there's a stranger in her room, but there's another one at home. So she gets dressed, heads on back to the man that done her wrong. She don't need 'cause she's gonna make sure he knows that he's the one to blame, and that two can play this game. Yeah, she's gonna make it hurt before she goes. Really, it has no fury like a woman's scorn. Yeah, she's gonna make that SOB wish he was never born, 'cause he played her for a fool. She ain't a fool no more. Oh, and she can't wait to see his face when she walks through that door. She don't need no alibi, 'cause she's gonna make sure he knows that he's the one to blame, and that two can play this game. Yeah, she's gonna make it hurt before she goes. She don't need no alibi, 'cause she's gonna make sure he knows that he's the one to blame, and that two can play this game. Yeah, she's gonna make it hurt before she goes. Oh, here, let's do this one too. This is another song I wrote with my wife. I've played like 4 or 5 of them tonight, haven't I? They're all the good ones, man. This is a song about the type of women that we grew up around. It's called Real Woman. Not to cuss when she prays. Her life may be an open book, but she'd like to tear out a page, and her fingernails ain't always painted. If they are, then she done it herself. She's gonna give as much as she's getting. Won't be a notch on some bill. She's a woman, strong as they come. A woman, a real woman. Things leather whiskey tastes better than wine. She ain't gonna act like that it's all okay. She'll tell you what's on her mind. She's a woman, strong as they come. A woman, real. She's heaven and a heartache, tender and good. She's never too much, but she's more than enough. She's a woman, strong as they come. She don't mind drinking on Sundays and tries not to cuss when she prays. You know what I'm saying? About ball that's been used, be like, y'all catch it, water bottle for souvenir. I wrote this song, well, like I write all my songs on acoustic guitar here, but when we recorded it was on my first album, and it was like a 2.5-minute song, and then we got in the studio and everybody started jamming, and it was supposed to be like this laid-back acoustic tune, like I'm going to play it for y'all, and we started recording it, and it wound up being like 8 minutes or something. It had like a 6-minute guitar solo in it, and I was like, oh, hell, keep it. It'll be all right. We'll see. It'll probably be great. People probably love it. It turned out good. We still play it like that live. But I'm gonna do the original version of this song. It's called "Make It Through the Night." When we're this close to the bottom, we ain't got far to fall. Yeah, and we both know the reason that you answer when I call. So, darling, if you're lonely, let's do what we do. We can't make love last forever, but we can make it through the night. We're gonna hate ourselves tomorrow and say this has to end. You're still here in the morning, worry about it then. Because love's been gone long before we ever said goodbye. Yeah, we both know that trying to make this work is a waste of time. So, darling, if you're lonely, do what we do right. We can't make make it through the night. Yeah, love's been gone long before we ever said goodbye. Yeah, we both know that trying to make this work is a waste of time. So darling, if you're lonely, let's do what we do right. We can't make love last forever, but we can make it through the night. We can't make love last forever, but we can make it through the night. Has everybody enjoyed themselves tonight? Has everybody had fun? Good. Good, me too. Again, my name is Rye Davis. I got one more song left in me. I've had a long weekend of singing. I started off down Thursday in Nashville, went up to Chicago, and then yesterday I was somewhere in Indiana, and now I'm here. So, Bishop Hill. Thank y'all so much. I've got one more that I want to hammer down on you with, and then y'all come say hey to me when I'm standing over there. Thank y'all again so much. I really can't thank you enough. These types of places keep the music alive. So I love you, and I truly do appreciate it. It's a song about knowing what you want and going for it, not taking no for an answer. I learned a whole bunch of songs to play this house party one time because this guy told me how much they love my music. Well, I went and played that house party. Didn't nobody give a damn about the music. That kind of irritated me. So I went back home and I called my buddy Jeffrey. I said, man, come over here and let me write this song. I said, they're all going to wish that they paid attention when they all know my name. This song's about getting recognition for all the hard work you put in, not only in the music business, but anything that you do that you feel like is your life pursuit. It's a rockin' little jingle, goes a little something like this. With a cheap guitar and a broken heart, a lot of blood, sweat, and beer. Pour out my soul up on this stage, and they don't even know I'm here. But I'm hanging on with some thread of hope, knowing one day things are gonna change. Everybody sings my song. They all know my name. Give me your six string. I got a melody and a story to tell. Yeah, you're wasting your time if you're waiting on me to fail. I got a tip jar and I'll play for free. One day things are gonna change and everybody sings my song. They all know my name. Some folks would say that I've walked away from good jobs I should have kept. I don't care, 'cause that ain't me. This is who I am. There's something deep inside of me, a lot of songs that ain't been wrote. It's a long way to the top. That ain't no joke. Give me a six string. I got a melody and a story to tell. Yeah, you're wasting your time if you're waiting on me to fail. I got a tip jar and I'll play for free. One day things are gonna change. Everybody sings my song. guitar and a broken heart, a lot of blood, sweat, and beer. I pour out my soul up on this stage, and they don't even know I'm here. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all having me.